Hey there, how's it going? My name's Morag. You might have noticed my dog's tail in the background there. Uh, my apologies about that, but she's busy making herself comfortable on bed. I've been working as an intuitive and an empath and body worker for over 20 years, and also studied with permaculture and sustainability. Um, what I'm noticing at the moment is a couple of my clients, a few people who I've worked with or been working with, and also groups on Facebook. A common question I'm seeing coming up is, how can we eat cleaner? All right. Um, and how can we do it in a way which is cost effective? So obviously organic is one way. Not all of us are able to access organic food. We all know it's quite pricey. If you can grow, that's one way of doing it. Again, not everybody has the space to grow. I'm a single mom, so I get it. I really do. However, I'm also lucky enough to live in an area where I am able to grow, and where there's a group of us who do grow, and we tend to trade vegetables and trade foods, which is helpful for all of us. All right. There's different things you can do. There's essential oils you can add to foods. So I am going to include a link in a few minutes to two friends of mine, Mitchell and Joe. They have been interviewing various different teachers and practitioners about organics, spirituality, holistic healing methods, all sorts. And I know that there are a couple of really good interviews there about food and sourcing good food and eating clean. So well worth having a look through their channel and seeing what you can find there. The website, the channel is Crystal Grid Keepers with an S. But I'll pop it in the comments down below. The one thing which I do really just want to flag up at the moment is, about 15 years ago, I was working with permaculture in Africa, and I met this lovely lady. She was in her 70s. We called her Mama Gori. She had grown up in Italy, and one of the things that she shared with me was something that had been shown to her by her grandmother when Mama Gori was a child. So Mama Gori's grandmother would have been in her 60s or 70s, and Mama Gori would have been 5, 6, 7 when she was shown this. And what Mama Gori does is she takes the seed and she pops it in her mouth, okay? Because your mouth is a very good space to begin the germination process. It's warm and it's soft, right? And it's also moist. And that seed needs the warmth, it needs the moistness, it needs the softness. Now, the next thing that Mama Gori showed me to do was to take your awareness from your heart and to connect in with the skies above you, with the sun and the air and the wind and the stars and the rain, and to set the intention that all of these connect with your physical body. She did it with her physical body. So to allow that energy to connect with her physical body and through her physical body into the energy of the seed, and ask that all of the elements support the growth of the seed in the highest and best good, all right? To the highest nutrient content, to the best way possible of supporting the seed, right? And then what she does is she connects down through her body and into the ground, and she sets the intention that the ground, that the earth mother, that the vibrant energy from the earth mother comes up through her body and connects with the seed. And she asks that the seed grow in such a way that it honors her body, that it nurtures and nourishes her body. And she makes an agreement within herself that she will do what she can to nourish and nurture the seed. And she'll hold it in her mouth for 2 or 3 minutes, and then she'll take it out and she'll pop it into some soil, and she might water it or put it on a window ledge or in her garden, wherever it is that she's growing at the time. One of the things I found interesting after Mama Gori had shared this with me was I was reading Anastasia, the Ringing Cedar series, and in one of the chapters in the Ringing Cedar series, Anastasia talks about taking a cherry seed and holding it in her mouth and connecting with the sun and connecting with the elements, connecting with the body, and connecting with the earth, and setting the intention to connect with the seed. And that in doing so, that in consciously connecting your energy with the energy of the seed and the vital radiance of the seed, that there is an energetic program or an intention set that that seed will grow to the best possible vibration, the best possible pattern, accumulating from the soil and everything around it, the nutrients that can best support you. Or in Anastasia's case, it was can best support her. And this is what Mama Gori was talking about as well, is that when we consciously connect with the energy of the seed that we are planting, that those seeds will grow to the best of the ability to support you, to support the person who's planting them. So if you're interested in eating green and you're interested in eating organic and you don't have access to organic food, but you do have a window ledge, this is one technique that I can really, really encourage you to do. So just take some seeds, whether they're tomato seeds or watercress seeds, although they're quite hard to do in your mouth because they scatter around your mouth. Whatever seeds that you know that you will eat the produce of, grow it on your window ledge and start off by first of all putting it in your mouth. Now there's one thing that's very important with doing this, is that if you were buying seeds from a regular store and they come in those beautiful foil wrap packets, a lot of those seeds are treated with pesticides. If you're taking that seed and popping it in your mouth, you're putting those pesticides in direct contact with your body, and it can make you very sick. All right. If you do it, you might notice that there's a tingling or a burning sensation in your mouth. You might end up with a headache or worse. Don't do it. All right. Seriously. I tried, and it wasn't great. If you can, you're far better off getting heirloom seeds. Heirloom seeds are also known as heritage seeds. So they are organic seeds or seeds that have been grown generation after generation after generation without being genetically modified. All right. They are original seeds, if you like, of that plant. And that's a really, really good group of seeds to actually work with. A good way of accessing them is through your local gardeners, your local market gardens. Another way of accessing organic veg or locally grown veg is to connect with gardeners in your area. I'm in Scotland. Where we are is there's a local gardening group that have advertised in the community Facebook pages, and they're always looking for extra volunteers. And they've taken over some of the areas that are neglected in the local village, in the local town, and they are turning these into little permaculture gardens. And they get the kids from the nurseries to come and give them a hand and garden alongside them, and they get volunteers. And then as the fruit comes in, they share it out. And they say to people in the community, if you're passing, help yourself. Okay. Not everybody does, some people do, but it's a really good way of getting to know your community and also accessing veg. You'll often find that people who are gardeners or community gardeners have a surplus of veg. They can't use it all. Our local group supplies one of the cafes, which is a community cafe, and they share it out with people. And that's one way that they have of sharing it. But if you've been volunteering in the garden, quite often they'll like, we've got too many carrots, right? Everybody take 3 carrots or 4 carrots. And it's not much, but it adds up over a season. And they don't ask for much in terms of time commitments. Like it's maybe an hour after work or 2 hours after work. Whenever you've got time, you go along and you give a hand. So that's another good way of accessing veg. It also links you with your community. And you often find that there are people who have common ground, common values, and share. And will share ideas, share philosophies, share food. And it's another way of growing. Can't think of anything else right now. So I think that's it. And I'm sure I'll be doing more videos. If you like what I'm sharing, please do feel free to like and subscribe. The channel is still very new, so it is growing. And enjoy your day. Thanks. One thing before I go, I am looking at doing more podcasts and things with Joe and Mitchell, so I might well perhaps see you there. Enjoy.